Hello, people. Um, it's another beautiful day here in good old Tennessee. It's it always can be a good day. I guess it's really our choice whether we choose to feel sorry for ourselves. And I mean, it's not like it's not necessary, you know. So, um, today I kind of want to talk about um, forgiveness and what that might look like for some of the people that are close to you but are still hurting you. It might it might look like you distancing yourself, because honestly, if you love them, you're not going to enable them to treat you like that, because it'll never hold up, and you know that. And so as long as it's out of love and you're not trying to get revenge or anything like that, it's okay to maintain contact with them, because yeah, after so long of people holding on to you because they feel like they can't do it on their own, which is kind of true. Nobody can really, not by themselves entirely. I mean, everybody needs somebody else's skills, there's not one single person that is good at everything. And if there is, I would love to. Well, I mean, there's Jesus, but I mean, other than him, you're not. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. All right. So be humble. Recognize where you need help. A good leader. He knows when to call someone else. And he makes connections. That's the other thing too. Do some networking. Go make some friends. Talk to people. If you're trying to start a business, go talk to people that are in that kind of business. So yeah, that is forgiveness, right? Because you're not retaliating, you're not wishing any harm on them. You just want to get past the whole thing, right? You've forgiven them, okay? So don't. I was doing this thing for a while where I was like, did I forgive them? Because I'm still like here, But it's just, I'm just walking this path, It's not gonna happen overnight. I just get impatient, and I try to find something to well, if I fix this, then it'll be done tomorrow, and I'll be a millionaire, So, and I mean, I don't know, it could happen, but that's all that is. It's not real, it's not that I did forgive them. I absolutely did, because I'm moving on I'm moving on with my life, So that was a weird thing that I've kind of been dealing with. I felt like I should mention. And then something else, I say a lot, but something else that I want to talk about is having character and being grateful for the fire. Because if you're not grateful for the fire, it will burn you. But if you're grateful and I'm trying to figure out how to put this. I actually had it written down earlier, so I thought I was sounding smart here. But anyway, if you're grateful for the fire, it'll just make you stronger. It'll just push you harder and make you stronger. But if you're sad or, depressed, any of it, it'll beat you down. It'll burn you. And, if you don't have the character to do something, you're going to take off more than you can handle. And character is going through the fire and being grateful for the fire. That's all character is. If you want to have character, if you want to be noble and brave and all these things, you have to be grateful for the fire. You have to stop complaining. You have to try to look on the brighter side of things. I don't have a job or anything. I don't know why. It's just been a struggle for me to get a job, and I've recently lost my car. And this is a great opportunity for me to get to know myself, right? And like I said, since all that's happened, I've started doing things for myself rather than for MAPCO or for my family. I'm actually building my own life. So it looked awful. It looked terrible. But I kept my, not all the time. Most of the time I was complaining, I'm not going to lie. Well, I tried not to, but I feel like I did complain a lot. And you're going to, so I'm not saying cold turkey or whatever. I'm just saying, think about what you're complaining about. Really think about it and think about if it's valid or not. Or if anything good can come out of this bad situation, then you're still probably going to feel bad. But you can at least try to think about that. And if you at least try, you will get through it. Because that's all I did. I gave it a good old try. And hey, here I am, And you just keep going. What happens is you give up on yourself, And you just stop going with the thing that you were doing, You let your own thoughts and other people's whatever to get to you, and you stop believing in yourself. And so no matter how much we want to blame everybody else, we have to look at ourselves too. And that's a real big thing over here on my channel. We are fair, 100% fair. We're not throwing the blame on any one person. That is not happening. Because that's what people have been doing to me since I can remember, so not happening here. Amen. Anyways, today I am reading out of Isaiah, the Mountain of the Lord. If any of y'all are wondering, I'm sure you can probably figure it out, but it's the NIV, New International. But we'll just read the whole of Isaiah 2. This is what Isaiah, son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. In the last days, the mountain of the Lord's temple will be established as the highest of the mountains. It will be exalted above the hills, and all nations will stream to it. Many people will come and say, "Come, let us go to the mountain of the Lord, to the temple of the God of Jacob. He will teach us his ways, so that we may walk in his paths. The law will go out from Zion, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. He will judge between the nations, and he will settle disputes for many peoples. They will beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation will not take up sword against nation, nor will they train for war anymore. Come, descendants of Jacob, let us walk in the light of the Lord. So, it sounds to me like God is dealing with our disputes, our family matters and all that stuff. For one. And two, something else that's really wonderful that I never really noticed before is, nor will they train for war anymore. After you go through this, it's not going to happen again. Because you've been warring with them. That's why you have to know that you're not fully innocent too, because you've been a part of it. It doesn't matter big or small, you have been a part of it. You have played some kind of role in it. You have done some less than favorable things. Right? So, and that's not your fault. That's the environment you were put into. But now you're building your own environment with God, and it'll be perfect. It'll be exactly what you needed, what you wanted. It'll be the creme de la creme, okay? I'm telling you, you have to believe it. You have to believe it. Because God knows you better than you know you. And I've experienced this multiple times in my life, okay? Before all this, I hated everything, everyone and everything. I didn't know that I had compassion. And it was weird because I always showed compassion. I was always super nice to people, but that's what made me not like people, because I was so nice and everybody else treated me like crap. So, and I was Mr. Nice Guy, and so that's over. That's it's a new chapter. The page has turned in my book, so it's a new chapter. But yeah, so I didn't know that I loved people. That's a really big one. I didn't know that. I didn't. I thought that I was just doing it for myself or something. I'm not really sure what I didn't. It doesn't have to make sense. That's kind of the point, is it's like a spell, It doesn't have to make sense. And you can put yourself under a spell too. You just tell yourself something so many times, you believe it. It doesn't matter if you validated it or not, you're sure of it, because it keeps coming up, right? But the reason it keeps coming up is because you still have things to work through. It's not because you haven't moved past it. You're always moving forward. Confirmation burp. You're always moving forward. I love these birds, man. Anyways, guys, oh, look at that. There he is. Oh, well, I guess you can't really. There he is. Shot on Android, baby. Top flight cell phones of the world, Craig. Let's see if I can get closer. Yeah, I definitely can't get closer. Anyway, here's Pete. Jack. Sorry, Jack. No, I'm sorry. And this last thing, this is the most important. If the queen had balls, she'd be the king.